Welcome home, you have.
Hi everybody, hope you're well and welcome to another vlog. This time we're going to concentrate on Universal's Endless Summer Surfside Resort. So we've been here now for I think about 10 nights. Got a few more nights to go, but we thought it'd be a good opportunity on one of our down days to have a look around the resort, tell you a few things that you might want to know, share a bit about our experience, whether we'd stay here again. And also, for those of you considering staying at Surfside versus Dockside, now that we've stayed at both, we'll be able to give you our thoughts and recommendations on that one as well. So yeah, for the next 20-25 minutes or so, going to have a wander through the hotel, show you where everything is, give you an overview of the pool, the facilities, the restaurant. We'll show you where things are, we'll give you an overview of the room and what we thought of it. And yeah, let's head into the lobby and see what we can find. Okay, so this is the main entrance. Off to the left you've got Dockside, and off to the right you've got iDrive, and there is a Walgreens just over the road there. We'll come on to iDrive and the best way to get there later on. When you get here from the airport, this is where you're going to get dropped off by your taxi, and then you head into the lobby. It's a nice open lobby. Feels quite spacious. Got some seating off to the right. The check-in desks are to the left. If you book direct with Lowe's, then generally about 24 hours before you will get an email asking you to online check-in, which will be a little bit quicker. But if you book through, Virgin, British Airways, booked direct through like Travel Republic, then you're not going to get those. So you're just going to rock up here, queue to the left and check in. Because it is the smallest hotel on property by room size, to be honest, there's not normally a huge wait here, and that's one of the things that we do like about Surfside, that actually it does feel quite light people wise. But yeah, first of all, let's take a left and head towards Tower 1. So immediately you've got the Avis check-in desk, so if you are picking up a car or you want to hire a car, then you can do so here. Continuing down this hallway, got the Universal Studio store. So a lot of the things here you'll be able to get in the parks, so I won't show too much of what you can get elsewhere. If you head into the centre, you've got some normal things that you might have forgotten or might want to pick up if you run out. Some medicines. Then if you head to the back, there is some Endless Summer merch. Exclusive to here and Dockside, so you're not going to get these in the parks. So you got some towels, headbands, magnets, lanyards, some pins, and if you want to decorate your Christmas tree Endless Summer wise, you can. Got some mugs, some t-shirts, yes, and sunglasses if you forget them. So we're going to head out this way. And got the pool at the back of reception, but for now we'll loop back round to where we were and I'll show you where you get your transportation to the parks. Okay, so back where we were, so again heading towards Tower 1. So you got luggage services off here to the right, so if you've got a later flight, you want to leave your bags, you can do so here. So lifts off to the left, and then if we come out here, this is where the buses are going to be, and just like that, there's one arriving. So the first bus stop that you come to is going to be for Volcano Bay, and the second bus stop is for City Walk, which is where you're going to go. You head into Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. The buses start for both parks 1 hour before early park admission. So at the moment, Islands of Adventure opens at 9 AM, early park admission is 8 AM, so the buses start at 7 AM. At peak hours, buses are constant, so as one departs, the next one will arrive. But as it gets more into the middle of the day, things start to slow down. The buses are every 15 minutes or so. And it's generally kind of on the hour, 1:15, 1:30 and 1:45. And just out here, we've got a little bit of information in terms of the weather and also a park map. So as you can see, Surfside and Dockside are a little bit further away from property, but with no traffic it's about 6 minutes to City Walk on the buses, a little bit longer to Volcano Bay. With traffic, maybe add a few minutes on. But yeah, so we're gonna head back in now to the lobby area. I'll show you what else is there before we head towards Tower 2. Okay, so back in the lobby area. So we head to the right as if you're coming in. We've got vacation planning and ticket desks. So here you can buy or pick up your tickets and your passes. We upgraded our 14-day tickets here to annual passes without an issue. And when we first got here, we picked those 14-day ticket ups as well. Literally took a couple of minutes. You've got Starbucks. And then you've got some more seating here with plugs, USBs. And if we continue down this way, got a little bit of seating, both inside and outside. And then we're going to come to the restaurant. So reception behind us. The restaurant is immediately off to the right. So they do breakfast here as well as lunch and tea/dinner. Selection of drinks and then food options. Look at some of the sandwiches. And this on the evening is a pasta station where they'll make you freshly made pasta and a few desserts as well. There are a few grab and go options as well. A little bit expensive as you would imagine. But yeah, they've got some cereal, some crisps, some chocolate Pop-Tarts and some ice creams as well. So coming through the till area, you can see the endless refill cups. So $30 for length of stay, so that's what we got for our 14 nights here. It is worth noting that although it does seem a good deal, and I think it is a good deal, it is more expensive than any other resorts, even though Endless Summer is the cheapest. The drinks are the most expensive when it comes to the refills. And then we've got a good amount of seating options here if you are wanting to dine in. Some high chairs as well. But if we go back, see behind the tills, you'll be able to see the freestyle machines. There's also free coffee and free hot chocolate. And if you don't have a freestyle cup, you can just get fresh water out of these machines at any point. And a microwave and toaster if you need them. Okay, and coming through the back of reception, runs us out to the pool area. So this pool's open between 9 AM and 11 PM. The only time it's generally closed is if there's storms in the area. Decent sized pool area, even if it is probably the second smallest on the resort. Lots of sun lounges. And there are complimentary towels as well. Pool is surfboard shaped, looks more like a fish to us. Complimentary towels that I mentioned earlier on around here. Some of them are a little bit older and tatty, but there are some that are still decent and hold up. Again, just makes it one less thing to worry about. Lilos and beach balls are allowed in this pool. No other flying objects are, so even if you've got a squishy ball, you're not able to bring that in with you. So just something to be aware of. And yeah, zero entry pool at this end, as I mentioned. 3.5 foot in all of our areas of the pool. And there are restrooms off to the right as well, just inside. There is a bar here. There are no food options, however. If you are wanting food options, you need to go back to the restaurant where we were. Wide variety of beers on tap. And there's some water and cups around here as well. Here's the cocktail menu for those of you that are interested. And then just around the corner, a couple of freestyle machines. So coming out the restaurant, if you turn right, come to an ATM machine. We've had no issues using cards, Apple Pay, contactless, those types of things here. And then the next thing you come to is the games room. Lots of different things here. There is a photo booth at the one at Dockside. Yeah, here just looks like there's a few games. And next thing you come to is the gym. Did look pretty empty when I was here before, so we'll just nip in and show you. So, wide variety of equipment, kind of machines this side, some free weights, and then bikes and treadmills. And there's also towels, water machines, toilets, I'm presuming some showers. Yeah, there are showers in there. So what we've done before is, even if we're not going to the gym, just on checkout day, if we're heading into the parks, we'll come back to the hotel, and before we leave for the airport, just have a quick freshen up, quick shower, and you're feeling much better for the flight home. Okay, so just continuing down the hallway past the pool that we saw earlier. These are the lifts that we commonly use for floor 6, which is where our room is, but there's lots of lifts dotted about, and that's one of the things that we think is much better at Surfside than Dockside. The amount of lifts per room seems a much better ratio. So when we were staying in Dockside, one of the things that frustrated us the most was the queue length for the lifts, especially after a long park day when you just want to get back to your room. But yeah, haven't had that issue whatsoever at Surfside. So if you want to get to iDrive, there's a few different ways you can do so. The way I'm going now is probably the way we do, but there is also the option of going through the parking garage. You can also head to the end of Tower 1 if you're in that block, or head to the back of the pool area, and then there's just a few doors which you can get out easily enough. Again, you will need your room key to scan back into them when you're coming back in. You can see there just another entrance to the pool, and that's one of the gates I just mentioned there that exit out of the pool and to a walkway path. And we're just going to continue heading this way, which is where the path will go, and you'll see where it pops you out. Okay, so I meant it to the end of the hallway, just a couple of minute walk. And for those of you that visited the parks when Wet n Wild was still here, this property and Dockside just over the road are built on the grounds of it, so you may recognise that pool of water there. But yeah, if you just head to the right, what you will see is the parking garage, which is one of the ways you can get to iDrive. But what we tend to do is just walk down there towards Aventura that you can kind of just see in the distance, and you'll just come to iDrive in about 100 metres, turn left, and yeah, you'll come to Applebee's, Chili's, kind of all your usual types of eateries. So yeah, just a few minutes away. Okay, another good way of getting onto iDrive, so that is the entrance of the hotel. So if you come back this way, that is Tower 2 and the parking garage. So if you just cross over, you'll see this gate here, again open between again, you can go out at any point, but just open between 5 and 9 for getting back in. And again, if you turn left, you're now on iDrive. Straightforward, got a gift shop, KFC, Walgreens. And if you head to the right, you've got IHOP, you've got Denny's, you've got a few other restaurants down there as well, some crazy golf, some mini golf. So yeah, got a few options, but yeah, rather than following the main path round and going the same way that the bus does, which will bring you out near the entrance of Dockside down there. Yeah, you're just best using one of these gates, and just make sure you got your room key, otherwise you're going to be walking all the way down there. So we're going to head this way now, back towards the pool, just so you can see what the view's like from there. I'll share a couple of other ways that you may choose to get out if you're heading in different directions, and then yeah, we'll share our thoughts on the resort and how it compares to Dockside, which you can just see there in the distance. Okay, so we're going to jump to a quick room tour now. This is a room at this point that's been lived in for about 10 days or so. There are some struggles with storage. There's definitely some struggles with noise if you have got noisy neighbours. If people just speak normally with no screaming or no kids shouting, then you'll be absolutely fine. But yeah, if you get stuck with noisy neighbours, unfortunately the walls are quite thin, especially if it's the interconnecting room. And also there's no carpets on the floor as well. So if kids or adults are stomping or dropping things on the floor, especially from the room above, you are going to hear them. Okay, and this is the room as you come in. So, got a mirror with some hooks, which we've just generally put lanyards and hats on, as you can see. Off to the right, there's a little bit of room. That's where we've dumped some of the suitcases and the pram goes. As you come in, you've got a small wardrobe, just fabric doors. There's a bit of storage up there. Got the safe, standard sort of size really, and an iron and ironing board normally lives behind there. And again, just a little bit of storage there. These are the hangers that come with the room, so maybe about 10. And then we brought some of our own as well. And then behind you've got the bathroom area. So again, mirror, which lights up on the sides. Hairdryer, lots of towels, and then we've just put our toiletries down there. Bathroom, pretty basic, but does what it needs to do. So we specifically requested a room with a bath. Some of them will be shower only. Toiletry wise, comes with some bars of soaps, some conditioner and shampoo. Yep, clothesline as well. This was retractable. The water pressure is not the best, but it's fine. Then as we come round, so a lot of the rooms are going to be interconnected, joined to another room. So that's what's through that door. A little bit of space. Got 2 double beds. Decent size, pretty comfy, do what they need to do. What would be particularly useful is if this was storage, but it's not, it's just for decor. No idea why, because this room does lack storage, so that would have been a good opportunity. Couple of plugs and 1 USB down there. These lights just flick like so. Come round, so obviously every room is going to have a different view. We have got Volcano Bay in front of us, and then off to the right hand side got the theme parks. You can see Aventura, Sapphire Falls, Royal Pacific, and then some of the rides in the back. And then coming around, got a lamp, a chair, decent sized TV, don't know what that is, maybe about 32 inch. Again, some more plugs with USB. It does come with a coffee machine, or you can just use it as a kettle, so you just put water in. That will do just that. Again, another USB over there. A small fridge, which is absolutely fine for most things. Got 3 drawers there. And again, an opportunity where there could have been some storage, but it's not, it's just a buffet.
The storage wise is literally just the smallish wardrobe and 3 drawers.
Yeah.
Clothes, which is a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, so we're staying for 2 weeks and we've made it work. But to be honest, when there was just 3 of us and staying for 1 week at Dockside, which has got the same setup, again, we struggled with that. But yeah, otherwise, pretty basic, but it's a decent room, you know, it's a decent price point, and yeah, we're happy enough with it. Okay, another quick look at the pool area. So this pool, being one of the more budget hotels, doesn't have any fire pits around it for roasting marshmallows like you might get some of the other hotels. There's no projectors or screens for movies around the pool on an evening. From a price point perspective, for me, you're getting really good value compared to the other hotels on iDrive. So for comparison, we paid £400 in total more to stay here for 2 weeks than we did Rosen Inn at Point. That's where we've stayed previously and we weren't personally huge fans of, but £400 works out about £28 per night, and there's 4 of us, so £7 per person. So when you think you've got the transport, the early park admission, the facilities, you know, even just little things like free towels is one less thing to worry about. Actually, we do think it's good value, and to be honest, the transport alone, just being able to wander out your room whenever you want, and you know within a few minutes you're going to be on that bus heading to City Walk, is really useful. Right, so what do we think of Surfside compared to Dockside? Well, to be honest, I think you could stay at either and you're going to have a great experience in both of them. There are some things that are better in each of them, but to be honest, I think they probably do even out. So in terms of what's better at Dockside, I think the food court. Whilst the food here is to a good standard, and it's generally kind of made to order, it's always really busy, it's a really compact area, and you are going to be waiting a while for your food if you are coming at rush hour. Dockside, whilst again is a busier resort, the food court area is bigger, it just feels a little bit sort of more structured. So I'd say that would be a win for Dockside. Also the transport, again, being a bigger resort, there is more transport, so yes, there may be more people queuing, but you will generally find on an evening coming back from City Walk, you know, for every one bus at Surfside, there may be 2 or 3 heading to Dockside, so again, it is definitely more convenient. I think also the pool area, so there's 2 pools at Dockside, there's only 1 here, a little bit more variety, and again, the pool here, it's nice, it's shallow, it's only 3.5 foot at its deepest, but it is just kind of one long pool. The pools at Dockside do seem to have a little bit more going on. And what do we prefer about Surfside? Well, the location for us. So if you're wanting to go onto iDrive, we found it to be a bit of a pain when we're staying at Dockside, especially when the weather's like it is now, 34 degrees, quite humid. You really want to be limiting how much you're walking in it. But actually with Surfside, we're just cutting through that walkway that we mentioned at the end of the pool or through the parking garage. Actually, yeah, you're going to be in there within a few minutes, so makes it a little bit more convenient. Second thing we prefer here is it's just a lot more relaxing, a lot less chaos, a lot less people. You know, if you are wanting that buzz of people everywhere, then you're going to get that at Dockside. But actually Surfside we found a lot more relaxing, a lot calmer. Like I mentioned, there's generally no queue for check-in, versus at Dockside there's always a queue. So again, if you just want to kind of get away from the parks, get around from all the craziness, you're probably going to have a bit more of a relaxing time at Surfside. And the other thing we preferred, which I think we mentioned in passing, is the lifts. So again, at Dockside, because the resort is over more floors, you'll generally find bigger queues at the lifts. So there were times when we were waiting 10 plus minutes for a lift when we stayed there a couple of years ago, versus here we've not had any issues whatsoever. So again, it swings and roundabouts. There's definitely advantages to staying at both of them. I think from a price perspective, unless one is more full than the other, they generally come up at a similar price point. For me, it just depends. Do you want somewhere that's a little bit more lively, more going on, potentially better transport to the parks, or do you want somewhere that's a little bit calmer and located closer to iDrive? I'll leave that up to you guys to decide, but yeah, we'd definitely recommend staying at either one of these hotels. What I will say, however, is, you know, if your budget does stretch a little bit further, or you are wanting somewhere a little bit more upscale, then to be honest, any of the other on-site hotels are going to be at least one step sort of up from here. So our normal resort of choice is Cabana Bay. Again, for the 2 weeks, that was coming out at £400 more than what we paid here, so we decided not to. One, from the price perspective, but 2, we haven't eaten on iDrive for years and years, so we wanted to come out and eat at some of the places here. So it definitely ticks that box. But yeah, it can't compare to Cabana Bay for the likes of us. You know, whether it's the dining, whether it's the pools, there's activities going on like kids kind of things at the pools, games to play. you know, the roasting marshmallows that I mentioned. You got the private entrance to Volcano Bay. You can walk to city walks and the parks if you wanted. So yeah, you kind of get what you pay for, but honestly guys, you're still going to have an absolute great experience here. We're glad we've stayed. It wouldn't surprise me if we do come back again, but if we've got the choice between Surfside and Dockside, I think it'll be Surfside for us. But yeah, thanks for watching guys. Hopefully that's giving you an overview of what it's like here at Surfside, what you can expect if you have booked to stay here. Like I say, you're going to have a great time, both at the hotel and in the parks. So we'll catch you in next week's vlog. I think we're heading to Universal Studios to do a lot of the things that we're yet to do. We're going to head into the Tribute shop, go on Bourne, go on some of the other rides, go explore DreamWorks Land. And yeah, lots more fun ahead in these last few days. Yeah, thanks for watching guys. Catch you on the next one.